What is up, Gala Gamers? Welcome back to another Champions Arena video, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get the Android version of Champions Arena on your PC. So let's get to it. Before we start, as always guys, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're enjoying this type of content. And if you plan to buy anything from the Gala Game store or make an account, make sure you use my link in the description. It is smilinmonster.com/Gala Games. When you buy something from the store, they give me a little cut so you don't lose nothing and I get a little bit of something. Now onto the tutorial. So to get the Android version of Champions Arena on your PC, what you're going to need to do is download something called a Android emulator. It's basically a piece of software that acts as a phone on your computer, so you don't actually have to have a phone and play it through your phone and drain the battery. You can play the Android version on PC and have the benefits of your awesome gaming PC. So there's several emulators out there that you can pick from. The first one is BlueStacks, the second one is Nox, and the third one is Mimu. Now all of these do roughly the same thing. They're Android emulator. Some are more optimized than others. So what you want to do is you want to head over to bignox.com. Make sure you type it in Google. Do not click on any of the ads. Do not click on any of the fake versions. You want to make sure you click from the official website. Then we hit download, and when you hit download, it's going to start downloading the Nox emulator setup. So we're just going to wait for it to download and we'll move on to the next step. So as you can see in the downloads, the Nox setup installation is complete. So we're just going to click on it to make sure it's activated. If you can't find it from this section, if you're not using Chrome, you're using a different browser, then all you have to do is go to your desktop, open up files and go to downloads. It should be the most recent thing you've downloaded. Once you've clicked on it, you'll see here the Nox player installation process will start. Now mine says overwrite install because I already have it installed. All you have to do is make sure you press agree to the license agreement, and if you have it previously installed, you can install with previous data, but I'm not gonna reinstall it. So you just follow the steps, install the software. You can install it on your normal drive or a separate drive if you have a drive dedicated to gaming, for example. And now we move on to the next step. So once the installation process is complete, you should see two icons appear on your desktop. You should see Nox and Nox Assist. Now I have a lot of versions of Nox, so I've got 1, 2, 3 for different games, different emulators, different accounts, but I separate them to make sure, like, if one thing happens, nothing else gets affected. And it's just easier for me to keep stuff organized. So you can either launch Nox as the emulator, but what we want to do is launch the Nox Assistant. Now if you can't find this, you just need to go to start bar and type in Nox and then space assistant, and you should see it pop up. We're going to open that up. As you can see here, I already have two Android versions available. One's for old school RuneScape and the other one is for Champions Arena. So to make sure you set it up correctly so it can run Champions Arena, since it is a new app and you need a new version of an Android device to play it, you want to press add emulator here. You want to select Android 9 because it's the best version that I found to work well with Champions Arena. Now once you do that, it's going to start building the emulator on your computer, and when it's done, you just want to press play. This will launch the emulator. If you have multiple emulators, then you can launch several of them at the same time. You just need to make sure your computer can handle all of them in one go, because if you launch 3 and your computer has really bad CPU, then you're going to have issues. So at the start, do 1 at a time, and then if you have a gaming PC that is fairly strong, you can do maybe 2 or 3. Now the tablet is going to start up. So if the first thing you want to do is check for updates, and if there is an update, you want to install the latest version of the update. We're going to quickly do that and then we'll continue. After you've done the update, you want to press more again and then go to source system information. You want to make sure your CPU VT is enabled. If it is not enabled, you need to open up a browser and then go to the Nox support and then head over to the post that says enable VT. I'll leave this in the comment section so you don't have to scroll for it, but basically you follow these steps. You need to go to your BIOS settings and make sure VT and the virtual machine is enabled. Here you can see that they're in the BIOS settings and you need to make sure you turn it on. Now every BIOS has a different location for this option to turn on, so I can't show you it through my tutorial, but just make sure you Google your motherboard and your BIOS and then find what you need to turn on there. Once you've done that, follow the remaining steps on this support blog, and after you've done that, we'll head back over to Nox. Now that the Nox system is set up properly, you want to head over to settings and you want to head over to device. Now what I find that works really well is Samsung Galaxy S20 5G. So I'm going to change it to that and then press save settings. Now you're going to have to restart Nox to make sure it works because it's rebuilding your device for the new device. So it's changing my old phone to the new Samsung 25. So now that the device has reloaded as the new phone, what you want to do is head over to tools, or you can use this search bar, but I'm just going to click on tools, and then you want to scroll to the right to get Play Store and then hit Play Store. Now you need to sign in, so sign into any Google account you have. You can create a new account just for Nox to make sure you're not linking your email to the Nox emulator. So I've just signed in. It asked me to sign in. If it's your first time signing in, it will ask you to validate that it's you. Then it'll ask you if you want to back up and like all the procedures that Google normally does when you sign into a new device. We've now done that, and we do not want to stay update in the loop because we're just using it to play Champions Arena. So then you want to search Champions Arena, and then it should come up and it should be Gala Games Inc. Now you want to make sure it's this one and not any of the other dodgy ones, and you want to press install. So once it is installed, you can press play here or this icon down here. Oh, you can't see because of the webcam. Let me just make this a bit smaller. So you can drag and drop to change the size. You can have a like browser here, and you can search in like social media, Twitter, whatever you want to do, and you can play Champions Arena on the side. Now you can press play here, or you can press this button, which is the home button, and you should see new Champions Arena. So I'm going to drag this all the way over to the left because it is the first thing that I want to do, and then we can move the browser back here. You can rearrange everything by left clicking and then holding and dragging. So we are going to open up Champions Arena, and there you have it. You can now play Champions Arena on your PC, the Android version. Now you want to press touch to start. Once you do that, it's going to ask you to download all the additional files that you need. You need to agree to the terms of service and the policy, and then you can either log in with your Google account, log in with Google, or log in with Guest. We're just going to do log in with Guest for the tutorial purposes. You press OK to agree to their terms, and now you wait for the download of 1.8 gigabytes. Now as you can see here, Champions has finished downloading and it's playing the intro scene. You can watch it if it's your first time, but I'm pretty sure most of you guys have already seen it, so we're going to press skip. And it's now going to load into the main menu. So there you have it. This is how to download the Android version of Champions Arena and play it on your PC. The reason you want to do this is because you get access to the Android cache shop rather than the PC desktop cache shop. And the difference is the Android cache shop has all the things you would normally see on a mobile game in the App Store, whereas the PC version just has gems. Now, as you can see, we have a random character name because we're a guest, and you will start the tutorial. We are not going to continue. This was just for the demonstration of the video. It is against the terms and service of the Champions Arena and Gala Games to have more than one account and use both or several accounts if you do have it to extract from the game. So make sure you only make one account and use that as your main account. Normally in mobile games, you do a thing called Rerolling. So if we just go to YouTube, and then you can go to home and just type in any mobile game that normally has like a gacha like mechanic. So if we go Fate Grand Order and then Re-roll Guide 2023. Now in most mobile games, this will teach you how to constantly re-roll the game and start a new game, complete the tutorial and re-roll to get the best characters. It is kind of hard to do that in Champions Arena, but if it was any other mobile game, I would normally re-roll for the 5-star or legendaries and then make sure I have at least one of them on my team before I continue. It can take several hours, it can take days to get the champion you want, but this is the way to go if you was playing a normal game that gives you like 10 free summons when you start playing the game. Champions Arena does not. The only thing you get right now is the login bonuses and the milestone bonuses, and that way it's harder for people to re-roll. That was pretty much it for this video. Hopefully it's taught you how to install an Android emulator, how to get Champions Arena on the Android emulator, and how to play the game from your PC. So you can browse social media, play other games while you're playing Champions Arena on the side. You can do this for all mobile games and future mobile games that will be introduced by Gala Games. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell because it's free and it's the easiest way to support me as a content creator. Don't forget to check out my other Champions Arena videos, which should be somewhere around here in the card section. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.